What up, guys? It is your girl Miss Tiana. Bet you weren't expecting to see me so soon. Back with another video. Are we sparking some consistency? Probably not. But here's the start. Alright, so let's get right into it. As you can see by the title, I'm trying something. Maybe it's stupid or whatever, but we'll see how it goes. So for those of you who don't know, Miss Rihanna and her team released a new Fenty Beauty product, the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I have it in the shade 445. Long story short, if you are dry, you'll love it. If you're a combination, just make sure you swell up in the T-zone. And if you're oily, you will hate it because this gives it gives a natural finish, but it's hydrating. So it's going to make sure it doesn't soak up any of your natural oils already. You feel me? So if you're oily, you're not going to like it. Combination, make sure you powder up that T-zone. If you're dry, a dream come true. Now, one thing I noticed is that with the soft matte foundation, the Pro Filter soft matte, I have it as well, but I have this in 420, and once upon a time 420 worked for me, or I thought it worked for me, but the John oxidizes. Like, it goes on a certain color and then I noticed it either, I don't know, it kind of like drops a shade, but it also has like a really warm hint to it, and the shade before and after just did not work for me when it came to this foundation, so I stuck with this. And I mean, I always had to mix something else with this foundation in order to make it work for me because it just did not look that great. But your girl got the idea to see what happens when I mix the two, being that I am combination. And even though I usually promote on this channel that I am dry, I am combination skin. I am dry or normal here. But this T-zone is oily, like not even like a little cute little oil, like nah, like shorty is like drenched by a certain time of the day. So I'm gonna mix these two foundations together. We're gonna see what happens. So, and the soft matte is really good if you have just normal oily skin. You'll love it. If you're dry, you'll probably hate it because it probably not work for you. But the problem is the shading with this one. It does oxidize. It is a good foundation. It's just I always have to mix it with a different foundation in order to get the color right. But that's that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and prep and prime my face. I already moisturized, but I also want to talk to you guys about the Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Primer in soft matte. Now, honey, first of all, I want to say everything is scented. Let's make a note of that. Everything has like a baby powder scent, like it gives you like Johnson Johnson vibes. It's not that strong, it's like a hint, but when you're putting products on your face, you're gonna smell it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the primer. Now, baby, this primer, it smells like baby powder. Oh my god. But this primer is so good because I wore the Hydrating Longwear Foundation by itself and my T-zone was just not fighting the good fight, and it didn't want to. But this primer, it's so good. Like, putting it on, it feels so smooth. Some primers you put on and it feels like it leaves like a greasy residue, or it just feels like it's not working. And some primers, they're just too mattifying and they leave you looking gray, or they leave you feeling like you need to put moisturizer on top of the primer. But this primer feels so good, and I just put this everywhere. I usually put things just in like my T-zone, but this feels like so good. I just want to put it on everywhere. And I did get like the mini size just because I wanted to see how it works, but I will be going back to Sephora to get the full size because it is just that good. I put it everywhere. I put it on my lips. I put it everywhere. It's my primer. I can do what I want with it. Now, what I also do is, because I don't know how this formula is going to work with mixing the two foundations together, I am still going to set my primer. I'm going to be doing that by using the Laura Mercier Air Translucent Powder in medium. I recently bought the translucent powder in translucent. I guess that's the shade. This one's medium D. That one's just the regular. But I recently started back using the translucent to set my concealer, and oh my god, I forgot how awesome it works. Like, honestly, with some things it's like you want to try new products, but if it's not broke, don't fix it. You feel me? I'm using a damp beauty blender and I'm just setting that around the nose because this is where I typically get oily. And I'm gonna do my chin because this gets the sparkle too. I'm gonna do this area because this is where it creases. Boom. And as you can see, I already like covered up a lot of my problem areas as well. I'm also not gonna color correct. I'm gonna see what this little thing does without me color correcting. So I have my little palette here. So I'm going to take one pump of the Fenty Soft Matte, which is 420, and then one pump of the hydration foundation, and also this is in 445. A huge jump, I know, but 445 also is a little bit too dark, so I thought, yeah, this would definitely be like a good mix. Put this on and see what happens. So let me sit back a little bit. This is what it looks like. So you can kind of still see like the orange hint that the 420 has. Like I can see it, and I'm not a big fan of it. But this is what it looks like, and I'm not mad at it. It feels really good on the skin, and the finish is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this looks good. And typically I don't like match to my neck because of my hyperpigmentation, but more so to my chest, and I'm not mad at it. Not mad at all. It's still giving me like that, a little bit of like I feel like a more olive undertone coming, but warm undertone as well. You feel me? Like it's kind of weird looking on camera than looking in real life. Like I feel it looks more olive on camera, or orange, I can't tell. But I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and we'll see what happens when I put everything else on. But I'm loving the way it looks like in front of me right now. So let me finish the rest of my face and we'll see how I feel afterwards. So I just finished my eye makeup, put some lashes on. I just did a yellow look. If you actually think the look is pretty, it's gonna be on Instagram. I've been doing like pretty natural looks on my Insta just for ha-has. I love editorial, but I don't feel like really like doing cut creases right now. I just want to do simple, getting ready to go, really cute glam. So really simple glams as well. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in Fawn. I'm just gonna show you guys what I typically do for my face routine, because it has been a while since anyone has known what I do on my face. I do go live on Facebook showing my makeup and such, but it's been a minute since I did it here. This was typically supposed to be like a beauty channel, and I stepped away from that because I didn't really think people cared. But I don't know, I need to stop just doing what I think people would care about and do what I care about. And I care about all this stuff. I care about talking, I care about my face, and I care about products that you can buy or you cannot buy. So that's that on that. And I've been using a brush to like blend out my concealer and stuff. I used way too much concealer. I don't know if you can tell. Way too much concealer. I usually don't use this much, but I don't know, I just got concealer happy by accident. And as you notice, I rarely use like my beauty blender sponge anymore. I just feel like it takes away product, and I'm not doing all this blending and all this placement just to have it taken away. So I typically just use a brush to like blend everything out. And like pro makeup artists, they really use blenders as well. I noticed that, and I was like, what if they're not using it and people are coming out with these full faces? Maybe I shouldn't. And I kind of stopped, and I'm kind of glad I did. For my contour, I've actually been using the CoverGirl Matte Made True Blend Foundation in D90. This is a shade I typically use for my clients, but one day I was like, let me use this for a contour, and ever since then I've never looked back. And I used this big fluffy brush to blend out my contour. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to use the translucent Lemme. I really miss using this. Like, you guys have no idea. This powder is just so good. And it is damp, of course. And a lot of people, like, I remember working and people used to come up to me and be like, oh, so what do you use to set like your under eye? And I would say Laura Mercier. They were like, are you sure? And I'm like, no girl, don't worry about it. Like, it works so good. I really love this powder. And I know a lot of people are like a huge fan of like the Sacha Buttercup or whatever, but I feel like, I don't know, this has like an effect where it kind of like picks up the pigment that is underneath it and kind of like blends in with it. I feel like it does like a low-key like chameleon effect, because it looks white when I first put it on, but then if I let it sit for a little bit or as I'm blending it, it seems to like seep in with the concealer underneath, which is really good because it's taking away that moisture as well, and I don't like end up creasing as much, and it's just perfect. Like, I forgot how really good this powder is. And I switched over to the Fenty, and it was pretty good because like it soaked up any of the oils that I had, but it was a little bit of this, I don't know, the Fenty. See, I have the Fenty Pro Filter setting powder in honey, and it's cool, like it's good. I use it for like my brides and stuff, and it's nice, but I feel like sometimes it can set a little too quickly for me, and it kind of leaves like an after texture. I don't know if you like a residue, I guess, maybe, like you can tell where you put it, I guess. So it's like when you put it on, you cannot leave it on for too long, and I am not an advocate for baking, so that's not typically a problem for me. But also, when I put on a product, I don't want to see that oh, I can tell where you put that powder, you feel me? So I feel like that's what that product kind of does. But it's still a good powder though. I do like it though. But the Laura Mercier though. Also, I feel like the Laura Mercier helps like neutralize everything that you put on your face and like really blend everything together, because you can still see the effect of the highlight, but it's not as loud as it was a couple seconds ago. Like, I really forgot how good this is. Go ahead and spray. I'm going in with the Anastasia Contour Kit Medium to Tan. I'm going to take the medium shade. I'm going to go ahead and contour the nose. When I contour my nose, I don't go with the madness. You feel me? Like, it's not that serious. And then after I do that, I like to spray my face again. And then I like to highlight my lips and my eyes and such. So this is with more complexion on, so you can see how the foundation is working with everything else. So I'm going to finish off the eyes and the lips and the highlight, because that part is going to be on Instagram if you want to see that. But I will be back to give my final verdict on mixing the two foundations together. So give me like 2 seconds. Alright, so I have finished my face, I finished my lips, my eyes, did a little highlight, whatever. Very nice, very nice simple autumn look, if I do say so myself. If you're feeling it, please go to my Instagram, which is Miss Tiana Nicole. So my final take on mixing the two foundations together, do it if you have it. If you're at Sephora right now, you're trying to figure out which one to get. If you're dry, you'll love the hydrating one. If you're oily, you will not like the hydrating one. Sit with the soft matte, but just be careful because the soft matte foundation does oxidize. So wear it, walk around the store, and then see how it looks in a little bit, and then get it according to your correct shade. But if you already have one and you've been thinking about getting the hydrating one, try it on their own, of course. But if you have the weird idea of putting them together, this is what it looks like. The finish is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's sitting on my skin like it is second skin. Like, oh my gosh, it looks really good. And just so you guys can see what this looks like, but besides my color, because that could just be the color shade that I have, but besides that, if you have both foundations or you want to try both foundations together, or if you just have two shades of foundations that are just like almost your perfect shade, mix them together and see what you get. But the finish of it will be absolutely amazing. So I guess that could be my review of the new hydrating foundation. The foundation by itself is amazing. It's just my T-zone was just not feeling it, but it gives a really nice natural finish. So the hydrating foundation actually gives like a finish like this. Just imagine my T-zone looking a little crazy in a couple of hours, and the soft matte, it just looks a little bit more matte. Like you don't have much of a, it's not like it soaks up all my oils, but again, I'm combination, so it really just depends. But the primer though, I would definitely say getting the primer. It is a good buy. That primer is absolutely amazing. So let me know if you end up doing that. If you don't have both foundations, don't go breaking your bank doing it, or if you want to, it's your coin, go ahead and do so. But this is broke girl YouTube over here, so I'm just letting you know what's good and what to do with what you got. Okay, so that's that on that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful. Let me know if there's other products you want me to review. Let me know what you want me to bring off Instagram and put it here, or on here and put it on Instagram, all that stuff. I will be sure to do that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.